Hi everyone, this is something I've wanted to do for a while. I wanted to do a collective reading for my woo homies. As I release videos like this, it should be clear who I'm talking about, but let's just say that if you're into tarot and you're not exactly happy with the state of the world, I'm hoping to bring some solace in my little way. I'm going to do a 10 card collective reading. I call it a honeycomb spread. I hope to upload this without any editing if I haven't said so before. So I'll explain each position as I go. And I have these 3 oracle cards here set aside. So while I'm doing this, I would ask you to pick which card resonates with you the most. And after the reading, hopefully, after this collective reading, the card that you pick will be able to help you out. So the first the first positions, let me just get this right in the frame. So these 2 positions right here are the question itself. The question that I shuffled for is, how can my woo homies accomplish their goal? And it looks like there's a real question of change and abundance. We have 2 major arcana cards in the question itself, which is encouraging. And again, the dominating themes are change and abundance, like in a major way, because a lot of cards represent these themes. And this top position are the actions that you're taking right now, which is the 6 of Swords, which is a card of helping, community, also a phrase that I picked up from another tarot reader I follow is moving to calmer shores. There are definitely choppy waters right now, that is for sure. But the actions that we are collectively taking is to try to change our thoughts and words for something better. That's a message of the 6 of Swords. And as far as this position, which is an asset that we have, I really like having the star in this position. This is a card of healing and regeneration. The star is the first major arcana card after the Tower, so I think it's fitting to have it in this position here. By trying to bring about a major change by shifting, making an intellectual shift, I think that focusing on healing and regeneration is a good thing. So let us continue the spread right here. So it's funny that I mentioned the star here, because this position here is this is our vision of the question, which is, the Temperance card is about finding balance, about making things work together that we wouldn't normally expect to work together. A metaphor that I use often is mixing water with oil. They don't go together, but through, just relaxing, finding that inner place, which is the halo around this angel's head, that we can do this and pour water at an impossible angle to make things work that normally wouldn't. Now, this is our short-term goal. The Tower in reverse, I gotta say, as far as it's funny, because in order to tap into our greatest asset, which is the healing, I think that there is, how can I say this? I can understand how people like us want to get rid of what is not needed. I would remind you that our asset is peace and healing. I just want to remind you of that. And the opportunities to look out for is the Page of Swords, which in this context I'm interpreting as an opportunity to open up a new path. He is something I like to say is that he's looking to the past, but he's aimed towards the future. And I think that combined with this tower reversed here, there are opportunities to open up a new path by getting rid of what's in the way. Let us draw 3 more cards here. These are the last 3. How fitting. Okay, so, and now I can turn the card around here. So this position is what our ultimate goal is, so it's very fitting to have justice in this position. I don't like, given the name of the card and the position that it's in, like this line right here, it's what we're doing now, our short-term goal and our ultimate goal. So I don't feel the need to elaborate here. Now here, it's funny, it's curious to me to have the 8 of Wands and the 9 of Cups reversed in these positions. So this card is kind of a more open card. It's things to look out for, positive and negative. And honestly, it is not, this is a collective reading, so it's difficult for me to interpret if this is an invitation to take initiative or not, because again, this card is things to look out for, good or bad. So depending on your specific situation, this might be either, oh man, it's out of frame. Let me move all of this up a little. Sorry about that. Like this, yeah. I was headed in the right direction. Yeah, now it's all nice and visible. So sorry about that. Now, like I was saying, the Eight of Wands is a card about speed and things happening very quickly. And since this is a collective reading, it's difficult for me to interpret if this is an invitation to act quickly or a caution to not be too impatient. And this confusion is reinforced with this card. This position is about timing. So whether the how can I say this? This position is about whether it is advised to act or to wait for a better moment. And having the 9 of Cups reversed is a really tricky one, because the 9 of Cups, I call it the wish card. He's gone off his journey. He's back from his journey from the 8 of Cups with the 9 of Cups, and he's, sitting down, super happy, yellow background. I love this card. And to have it in reverse as far as the timing is considered, it's difficult for me to say. I would say, I think I know how to interpret this. So as far as the timing for you specifically, because again, this is a collective reading, this could mean anything, and all of a sudden this card makes more sense. I would say that as far as whether you should take action or wait for a better time, just make sure this card is a warning to not engage in wishful thinking. Sometimes we hope that the timing is right, but in actuality it is not. And in other cases, it's the reverse that happens. We tell ourselves that now is not the right time to act, but it is. So I wish that, I wish that I could have a more clear singular message in this position. However, since this is a collective reading, it kind of makes sense. There's no, like, as far as bringing about the change that we want to see, we all have different roles to play. And I think that for some people, our time is now. I find it funny saying this while filming this video right now. But for others, it might be tempting to join the fray when it's not really our time. So I would advise you to reflect on whether, on which side of that equation you fall on. And I use the bottom of the deck as an underlying subtext to the entire reading. Is it in frame? Yes, it is. So, you know, the Knight of Wands reverse, I don't have that much to add. The Knight of Wands is about action, you know, galloping off into the desert, having the new opportunities that are in front of you and bringing them out to the world. And again, I don't want to bring too much emphasis on this card because this is a 10 card reading and I think there's a lot right here. So let me just try to wrap, to summarize this before going to the oracle cards. So as far as the question itself, which again is how can my woo homies reach their goal? I think that as far as our ultimate goal of justice, which might have to go through a tower moment, it is a good idea to think of what, because the world is in serious need of healing, you know? I don't think I need to elaborate on that very much. And that is an asset or a trait that the people likely to watch this video have. So I would encourage you to focus on that and to look out for opportunities to open up new paths for yourself, because there will come a time where you are needed specifically. And I think you know this because you can see yourself as the one to bring balance where there was less of it before, you know? So I understand that we kind of miss the abundance that we had, and hopefully you still do have it, you know, because the change that needs to come about is not, how can I say this? It's not going to be easy. You know, there's going to be rough waters to cross, but by focusing on healing and waiting for your time, I think I'm feeling optimistic. So, in no particular order, let's turn over these oracle cards. So, if you picked the Star Code Astro Star Code Oracle, it's one of my favorite decks, and your card is the fourth house, which is your home or where you're from. The message for this card is to get your house in order. There is there's a controversial self-help figure that I will not name who likes to say, clean your room. I think that the message for this card is that the change that you want to bring about, it might be good to start with yourself and start with your immediate environment. Yeah, because I think that if you try to bring it out into the world without a solid foundation or a home base to come back to, that will be tricky. The second card from the Tao Oracle, it is Prosperity. This is I Ching hexagram number 14. And the keywords are wealth, good fortune, success, express gratitude by supporting others, material possessions. For this, I would, the one that is leaping out to me given the context of all this reading, is to express gratitude by supporting others. This would be a good time to pay it forward. Again, I cannot possibly know what you and your specific situation is, but maybe the healing power that you have could be, as simple as a pat on the back to someone who needs it most, and maybe your ability to detect people who need it most could be something to focus on. And finally, the Oracle of the Radiant Sun. This card is Quarrel. This is Mars in Cancer. Let me see here. I am getting to know this deck here. Let me see. Yeah, it's funny. It's clearly like this is clearly a card of adversity. You have two people facing each other, all looking all mad and shit, and these two people trying to pull the ring over to themselves. What I would interpret this as, given the context of this entire reading, is to remember that these two men here trying to pull this ring over to their side, they have to get along, okay? So I would advise people who chose this oracle card to remember that, as tempting as it is to be angry with people who are behaving in ways we would rather them not, that to focus on the fight is likely to be counterproductive. I would take this card as a warning, especially given the Temperance card and the Star card in the positions that they are in. So that is all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching. If this resonated with you, please let me know in the comments below. I never know how helpful these videos are, and it's my first time trying something like this, so I would really appreciate any feedback. This production felt good. So I plan on doing more, so stay tuned for more of these if you enjoyed it. Thank you again.